A lot of times those things are nothing but bondages. Isn't it interesting when folks got a lot of money, what do they invest it in? Stocks and bonds. Now, for some of you all who are familiar with early American history and some of the 17th, 15th, 16th, and 17th, European history, what were stocks?
Cattle.
No.
Too far back.
I think way back there.
Yes, sir.
They put your head in the thing.
Yeah.
Lamb.
Yeah. Actually, I was talking about in what they had was stocks was in early American history. They had these things that they would put your head in and both of your arms when you couldn't pay your debt, and your feet they would lock you in it and leave you in the town square. Yes, they would. That was stocks. Amen. And you know what bonds are? Bondages. Where they put you in bondage. So people invest their money in what? God, too sure. So a lot of times money becomes that. It becomes nothing but an element of bondage.
Yeah, look what happened to
it. And so true riches is to have the spirit of wisdom, understanding, love. And now when things happen, you can begin to call on God, and you know what God gonna do? He's gonna show up on your behalf. And I can tell you, I'm gonna bring. You see, sometimes you all don't know what God has done. I want y'all to just think, and everybody here who's got any semblance of reality thinking gonna be able to agree. There were some things in the last 6 months that had you to the place where you didn't think you were going to make it. And look at you all, look at you today.
Yep, it's still here.
You're not just here, but you here, you showing up. You ain't just here.
Yeah, just here.
Man, look at where you are. You are here functioning. I'm talking about with your head high, I'm talking about your knees strong, your back erect, and you standing up here like you got it going on. Still got some issues, but look what God brought you through in the last 6 months. And you don't, man, sometimes we ought to just turn into praisers.
Come on now. He's still waiting for a demonstration of his power.
And
I'm
talking about he done come in such a profound way. And that's not what, I'm talking about the demonstration of his spirit and his power, really, church, is bringing us to the place, if I can use Paul again as an example. The church of Ephesus, and I would encourage some of y'all to do this, take 1 month, and every day, take 45 minutes, and you should be able to do it within 45 minutes, read the book of Ephesus. Do it on your knees if possible. Ephesus, the book of Ephesians. The book of Ephesians. All right, from the city of Ephesus. All right, read the book of Ephesians. Amen. Not that long. I think 5 or 6 chapters. Read it every day. Do y'all not know when Paul went to preach to at the city of Ephesus? That whole city was worshiping the goddess Diana.
Still around today.
That teaching is still Diana is still, in some quarters, still worshipped today. But when Paul went to the city of Ephesus, he preached Jesus. Got into so much trouble because the worship of Diana made so many people rich because they built all of those statues to Diana. And basically, they were unionized. They were union workers. Iron workers union. They were metal workers union. All right. and Alexander the coppersmith. I mean, they basically took Paul and they said that this man has come here and upset our whole financial apparatus. And they tried to kill Paul. Yes, they did. But the people, when they turned to Jesus Christ, it said that they brought all of their trinkets, all of their paraphernalia that they used to worship Diana, and put it into the city, into the city, the center of the city, and set it on fire. Yeah, they totally abandoned the worship of Diana. Paul, now, church, that's when you know you're walking, you're manifesting, you're seeing the results of the power of God. Is when you can take your worldly stuff that you once was in love with, and you can I testify, Sister Lisa? You took 7 years to get rid of what? Your Santo Niño.
It took me 7 years before I.
7 years before you got it. You all don't realize what that, now that is the manifestation of the power of God. Because that was I'm talking about that came up under the umbrella of Christendom. It was a stronghold in your life, but you said that this is not the power that I need. Santo Niño still had you drinking liquor. I'm just y'all forgive
That's
me.
true.
I'm talking Southern now. That ain't pot liquor either.
That's true.
You know, Santo Niño had you fearful. But when you know Jesus, my God, I'm talking about when you know Him, you don't have to get howled from nothing else. I'm telling you, when you know, church, if I can testify, amen, when I first came into Christ, you know, there are some things that God got to, let me say it like this. The Lord said that when I bring you into the land, I can't get rid of all of those, you know, all of the Hittites and Perizzites and Jebusites all at once, else the beast will come in and fill the land. Now, the statement I'm about to make is not meant to justify anybody's weakness or sin. But there is a process. Yeah, if you can lock down the process, you can guarantee the product. There's a process by which God gonna bring you, and sometimes the process is not, you know, we want to be, you know, tiptoe through the tulips right now and every day. Walking through the, you know, roses with the ukulele, and I'm in Jesus, and everything is so nice, and everything is so beautiful, and all life is so great. Yeah, it don't, church. So when I came to the Lord, I went gone down to, and I didn't know how high I was in Christ until I had taken a business trip down to San Jose, California, and one of the guys who went down there with me had some of this high-end bud. Baby, I don't need to share this testimony. Praise the Lord.
California.
Amen.